Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Baldie Locs Podcast.
If you're wondering which one is Baldy and which one has the locks,
Do tell. How can you tell?
make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. We're going to tell you everything. We can't tell you all the secrets.
Can't reveal everything. That's for the paying folks. Yes.
Yeah.
We do not have a
I'll be
Patreon.
Lack.
I'm Twilla Amin.
This is Baldy Locs.
It's Baldie Locs, and we're both wearing Hustle Harder shirts.
Yeah.
Hustle Harder.
And for those who keep reminding me that this shirt is spelled incorrectly, LTE is Lacktoast Entertainment.
You see that?
LTE. It is on purpose. It literally has a different font.
The font is italicized and it's completely different.
Yeah.
How dare they not understand? How dare they not? Dion, how was your week this week? It's been a week since we podcasted.
Yeah, I'm well. I want to say something real quick. I was talking about a friend of mine's in a sort of good, I don't know, feeling right now. And it was like, whatever happened to so-and-so? I'm not going to say nobody's name. Whatever happened to so-and-so? I haven't heard from him. He was pretty funny, pretty this. And then, I was like, oh, man, this happened. I think this happened. I think this happened. I think this happened. And then he just called me. I'm like, oh, my God. Did somebody tell me? What just happened?
That's funny.
I'm uncomfortable. So I'm like, you good? What's happening?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I seen an old friend. Last Tuesday. He's like, hey, how's everything, man? How's so-and-so? He's good, man. He did blah, blah, blah. Whatever happened to him? I'm like, well, this is what I think. And I haven't talked to him in like 3 or 4 months. And all of a sudden he calls me. I'm like, uh-oh.
What I
snitched?
say? Yeah, Dion said, get my name out your mouth.
No, okay, he just talking about something.
Okay. Dion got nervous.
Yeah, I did. He just texted me. I said, you good? He said, yeah, I'm good. They're playing Friday at the Vista Theater on Sunset for the 29th anniversary. You want to go?
Oh, dope.
So I was like, uh-oh. He's like, hey, what you talking about?
That's funny.
You bumping your gums?
Dion, you that friend?
I mean,
You that person?
absolutely.
Dang.
I don't talk bad about people. Mm-hmm. I will like it's like somebody saying, whatever happened to Grant Hill, man? I was like, oh man, dude, you know what? He was one of the greats, man. He had a mean jumper. I just think if he just stayed in the gym and you know, it would have been like one of those things.
Okay.
I think he would have stayed in the gym, man. He probably could have.
You're not putting all their business out there.
No.
Got it.
No, it's more
Got
so.
it.
This is my opinion of what happened.
Yeah.
He is a legend.
Yeah.
You know. But what happened is, I don't know what really happened to Green Hill. I know he got injured.
You just assume and talk about what you think might have happened.
Right,
Got it.
Right.
Got it. Yeah, this week has been like a pretty productive work week for me. Work. Some fun things happening. We like delivering films, which is a good feeling. That means like you've finished the film, like our company finished the film, and we're sending it over to the studio. So that means like soon to be released. So that's a good feeling because there's a couple of projects that I've been working on since I started at this machine, and I'm excited to see them
blossom.
Yeah, like it's like being with something from the beginning all the way through, from it getting sold all the way through. So that's pretty dope.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And the people in the comment section, let me ask y'all this. Do you like to hear gossip?
Of course. But
no buts.
No, of course. Yes. Gossip is always fun. But I do feel like sometimes a little dirty.
Mm-hmm. It is dirty.
Yeah. So that was my butt. Like I feel a little dirty partaking in it.
Have you ever stopped gossip?
Yes. 100%.
I've stopped gossip if somebody around me, I don't want them to hear as well. But if it's one-on-one, I'm all in.
Now I'm like, you know what? We don't know what somebody's going through, so let's just, or, you know, like sometimes.
Nah, that means you've already heard it, and it's a listen.
No, seriously, like it's just like, because sometimes you put yourself in the position like, I don't want anybody talking about my life like this.
Mm-hmm. But you're not talking about, you're listening.
Right, but I don't have to like give ears to that, especially, or if it's something like I don't want it to change how I think about somebody, I'll just be like, no. But then I'm also like working on myself because I know I'm quick to be like, hey, Dion,
Guess what happened?
Guess what?
Yeah.
Can't wait to get off this phone and tell Dion this. Like, and so I'm working on that part
Something
of me.
I haven't told you. You know they shut down 2-Bit.
What?
They shut 2-Bit down.
When?
Like a month ago.
Dang it.
I didn't realize it until I was like,
why they shut it down? It was always busy.
It was always busy, but they were years behind on COVID restrictions and fines. Yeah, and they just never
for good.
It. Yeah. But
that sucks.
First they said temporary, now they said permanent.
That sucks. Yeah. The same with the bar across the place. It's not a new bar. Like it was Little Bear forever, and now I don't know what it is, but new decor inside.
What does that mean? It said for COVID restrictions. What does that mean? As in, like you had a standard to hold, and you just kept getting fined.
Oh, it's COVID restrictions that shut them down. So they probably got a lot of fines for that.
Right.
I thought you were talking about rent and stuff. I didn't even think about that.
No, I think because it's such a hands-on.
Yeah, there's no way.
Right, because during COVID, like it's like they're we wearing VR mask and everything's hands-on. They gotta wipe everything down every single time.
That's why parking has been so easy over here lately.
Yeah, Friday and Saturdays.
Dang it, I hate seeing businesses go. It's so many like restaurants and classic businesses going out because economy sucks. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think so going back. So when we talking about gossip, but because I was just thinking, I didn't tell you this. But going back to gossip, I don't think there's ever been a time where I actually shut down some juicy gossip. But if it's like a bunch of people around, like, hey, let's not do this right now, because I don't trust that person.
Right.
This is like what you're about to tell me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Listening, but I don't want this person to latch onto it. And then also gossip can also be mixed in with like what's happening to them. As in like, man, I remember there was a time where every single month he was booking something. What happened? Yeah. Then it's kind of like
opens the door.
Right. And then it becomes, am I gossiping about this person?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what, man? I believe, children, wife came apart and you wanted to kind of spend more time with it and stuff. And it's like, is that gossiping or just like...
It's getting into that territory. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's, because one, we don't know how much truth is actually to it. Mm-hmm. So you're giving life and speaking something that you don't know about. Right. And then just assuming, even though the intent is not malicious, but listen, I've been reading the book of James, and James talks about not gossiping, keeping your tongue,
right.
But like all that to say, like, I think it's natural to be like, that's a natural form of conversation. Like, whatever happened to what I think? And I think like when you give life to like thoughts and ideas or rumors, when some people say, somebody can take that without the I think and be like, well, yeah, Dion said, like, without,
you gotta book in it with allegedly.
Right.
But this is my opinion. I don't
but
know
then like imagine if it gets back to somebody,
right?
Like how you were saying, if it gets back to somebody, it's like, hey, I heard you said, right. Or you were talking about, why did you have to say, why did you even say that?
Why did
like,
you bring it up?
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's that type of thing. Like, I think that's like the long form of gossip or whatever.
Because also politics is essentially gossip. Because you be like, what is Joe Biden doing with the economy? What are you doing with black people?
But we see policy and stuff on that can actually back up those.
But you can also say, there's what is being seen, but there's also things that for sure. He only doing like it's like saying, so it's like saying, man, I'm stoked, man. Donald Trump went to Chick-fil-A and gave everybody chicken and milkshakes, man. That's who I want to vote for. And you can be like, honestly, the reason why he's doing this is because he's pandering.
Right.
That's essentially kind of like gossiping.
I think it's a different forum.
You're pulling the curtain back a little bit.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're saying, but I feel like that's a different forum.
How?
Because it's a political, the political sphere lends itself for that type of discussion back and forth. That's what politics is. That's how it's emerged, especially democracy, when it came out of the Greek city-states and those experiments there. So like, I think that's the platform and that's how democracy works. So that's what I'm saying. The forum is different there. So I don't know that we can quite call it gossip.
Well, if the campaign manager said, this is a good way for you to kind of, grab and hear the ears of black people, and you listening to her talk to Donald Trump, say, hey, this is really good. There's a lot of black people there, a lot of minorities. You can definitely get in contact with Morehouse and Clark and Spelman. You can, we can set up a little perimeter. You can, I'm telling you, you can definitely grab the ears of a lot of black people. And we have maybe like $10,000 of a budget, so you can possibly set up some, we can call ahead and get. If you told that story, that's essentially gossiping about why he's doing this versus saying this is a good way to get in votes.
That's not gossiping.
You don't think that's gossiping?
I don't think that's gossiping. That's news. Well,
he didn't.
That's investigative journalism.
He didn't say, well, I talked to my campaign manager. She told me the strategy.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what news is. It's a form of investigating to find out, to get down to the middle. And we know that, like, they're all the time, like, in politics, that's what people do. There's campaign managers and people that purposely want you to show up in right places as far as you're campaigning. So like, you telling that story, like, or that's just like reporting news.
So if I was like, hey, it hasn't been reported yet. See, now you see what I'm saying? It hasn't been reported yet.
I said, but I started by saying that's two different forums.
Right. Somebody's
personal life and something that's political and in a public arena and agenda are two different things.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying it's a different forum.
Yeah.
And so therefore, I don't think you can really say it's gossip.
It hasn't been reported yet.
Shut up.
Listen. Joe Biden had a stroke. He is going to fake a fall.
Now, you just lying is defaming.
No, I'm not saying that actually happened. I'm saying, what if this is, I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
He's going to fake a fall, so he's going to be on a wheelchair. So this is the reason why he's actually in a wheelchair, because he had a stroke. So he's going to fake a fall, so he's going to act like it was an accident versus a health thing.
You know what I'm only thinking about right now?
What? How
AI and fake news can take just that clip of you saying that. And it's like some Russian site is now using that as news. Like, that's a good idea. Let's put that out there. But speaking of politics, let's get into our headlines this week. What has been reported, if you will, Tennessee, the state of Tennessee has, I don't know if you've heard this, but passed a law saying teachers can carry guns in classrooms, and this is their response to gun violence in the schools, mass shootings, by giving teachers
more guns, huh?
My initial thought to this was, hey, teachers were just in the news last week for beating up students, and you want to give them guns?
Yeah, that's wild. I would assume have armed police versus teachers. Right? Just have armed security. Like, why are you giving teachers more jobs?
That part. Teachers don't get paid enough.
Right. Okay, guys, we're gonna talk about the Pythagorean theorem. This.
Like, we want teachers to be babysitters, therapists, problem solvers. Now security, anything but a teacher.
And if this actually works, they give the teacher guns, and he has or she has the perfect opportunity to shoot the mass shooter, and end up shooting Jimmy behind him. who's the lawsuit?
Right.
Hey.
Right.
Hey, I'm just doing what the people told me to do. I took down 2 to save hundreds.
Right. Well, at this point, I'm going to say the governor has not yet signed the bill into law, but it's expected that he will. And it's the biggest expansion of gun access in the state since last year's deadly shooting at a private elementary school. I feel like it's easier just to like pass more gun restriction than it just people are doing everything but
right. It is. We're never getting rid of guns, yo. Never.
Right. We're just giving more. Like, and I'm just like, the way people are snapping nowadays, like, I don't know if you saw like the teacher in, I think it was Vegas that fought a high school student.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, and then there's another one and I think, like the way that just like classrooms are right now, is no way that I would feel confident sending my class. Not that I think teachers have bad intent, but like.
But also, once the students know that the teacher has a gun, I don't need to go to school with the gun. I'll just get the teacher's gun. It's like, right. Cool. You snuck this mug in for me.
Right. That's just.
And I think a lot of guns need to have, like a finger thing to unlock it to actually pull the trigger. Like, you can't just use random people's guns. It should be like a fingerprint, like a cell phone thing. So you can't just like, I bought this gun at a gun shop or a pawn shop. It has to be registered. I know these guns. I know it's years in advance, but I think, and it should be registered immediately. As soon as you touch it, it'd be like. It sends it to it sends it to like the police. Like,
that's smart.
This is somebody's using this gun right now.
That's smart.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I can easily get my uncle's gun and then go to school because Patrick had took my lunch meat.
Not Patrick taking your lunch meat.
Yeah, not the whole meal, just the lunch meat. And left
it's
me with
time
the
to
lettuce
fight
and
Patrick.
bread.
Patrick, it's time for you no longer to be here.
Yeah.
Dang it. Over some lunch meat.
Do you remember how dangerous pagers were in elementary school?
Dangerous?
Yeah, as in like they associated pagers with
drug dealing.
Yeah. And I didn't want to cause harm to nobody, but I just remember having the pager and I took it to school in the 6th grade, and I didn't know how to turn it on, to chirp it. I just turned it on to them and I said, and it was, oh, you got a pager? Just turn it off, turn it back on. Like, I said, and I got suspended. Yeah.
Oh man, I remember.
I got suspended.
I remember one of our teachers, Miss Jenkins, my 6th grade science teacher. She was an old black lady, but she used to be like, only people that need pages are doctors and drug dealers.
Yeah, and you're none of those.
Right. Or she would just be like, and you ain't a doctor. But she's the same teacher that told this guy, I felt so bad for him. I think I said this before. She was just like, I remember his name, Philip. I don't remember his last name. But she was just like, at the end of the year, she was telling everybody like what she saw in their life and what they had going for them. And she was like, I'm sorry, you going to be dead or in jail. And I was like, yeah, you can't say that.
Right. Yeah, I need a platform to tell my teacher, Sharon Goins.
Tell her what?
I need to tell her I made it. I need an award. I need to be on some sort of NAACP or Emmys, Tony, because I remember having this entire table dying laughing. And she just only wants to watch me. She was like, you do realize there's no future in comedy, right?
Oh, dang.
Get in your books. And I was like, you do realize you keep eating like that, you ain't gonna lose no weight. Everybody said, oh! And she said, get up. Get up. I have so many witnesses of that incident. And then, when everybody started laughing, and she was eating it, and then I was like, that's 150 calories.
Dion.
300 calories. She's like, get up. Yeah.
Dion, you are a mess. Yeah. That's funny.
And I need something. I need something to take off. Like, I'd like to thank God, my late mom, my late father, Twilla, my business partner, you know what I'm saying, you know, my children. I wouldn't have, you know, this is my inspiration. And also I'd like to thank Sharon Goins.
Who?
Miss Sharon Goins from Colonel White High School. She told me that there's no future in comedy. I guess we'll never know.
Dion got his speech ready.
Yeah.
In your face.
People always ask me what I would do if I would lose.
Oh man. You know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You've been choked before?
Choked? Where did that come from? What?
Because
no.
I laugh at choke because it's such a funny assault.
Yeah.
I know. Listen. There's a backstory to this.
Oh my gosh.
There's a backstory to this. So, I tell that story a lot to people.
Okay.
And one of the people that were at the table talked to Miss Goings, and she said, I remember when that boy told me that I wanted to dive across that table and choke him. And I was like, that would be hilarious. So I know I cut out a lot of the fat. Okay, that helped. but choking, you know what's funny about choking? It's always like, and everybody like,
it's the moment before you actually go into. The image of, was it classroom or lunchroom?
It was lunchroom.
Oh my gosh.
It was a lunch table. It was a round circle.
Oh my gosh. That image is hilarious, seeing young Dion get choked out.
Yeah. I've never been choked. I got hiccups thinking about that. I ain't got no water right here. Getting choked is wild because there's not a lot of options to break. You gotta just like try to get it out get out of that.
Oh man.
Or you can try to bite a forearm, but getting choked is like the most respect because we talked about it, getting slapped or punched. What's more disrespectful?
The slap is disrespectful.
A slap is very disrespectful.
Slap is so disrespectful. Like the fact that you just took your open hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just.
A slap is disrespectful. A punch is like I'm trying to put you down.
Right.
And like I need this fight to end immediately.
Right.
A choke is like I want to hurt you, but I want to still talk to you. It's like, wrong with you? I'll kill you.
What is wrong with you? The fact that you made a teacher feel that way is only further proof that teachers don't need guns.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Also in education this week, I don't know if you're familiar, or you should be familiar if not, there's been a lot of protests around college campuses for like Free Palestine movements, and colleges are handling them in their own ways for whatever reasons. And so USC first, like they're valedictorian. She's, I don't know if she's Palestinian, but she's Muslim for sure, with a lot of pro-Palestinian content. They said she couldn't do her speech, her valedictorian speech, which somebody worked very hard to be a valedictorian. They said she couldn't do her speech because there was a lot of like not even it was she they were there was a lot of like threats, violent calls and stuff that they were getting. So they said she couldn't do her speech, and so that was getting a lot of attention. So this week USC said class of 2024 will not have the main stage graduation.
Wow.
65,000 people. There will be no main ceremony. Their individual schools will do it.
65,000 people getting graduating?
I think 65,000 people becoming.
Gotcha.
And so...
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, but the crazy thing, and I feel really bad for this class, is because this is the same high school class of 2020 that didn't get a graduation.
Wow.
So it's kind of like...
Yeah.
Dang it.
Wow, in high school, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and 4 years later, they're like out here doing their thing and protesting, which is your God-given American freedom to do. And they're like, for safe. I mean, I hear the colleges saying for safety, but it's just like colleges has fumbled these protests the whole time. And so it's not been a correct response, but there's a lot of like backlash for that. But I can't imagine like, all right, I'm excited. I'm about to get my graduation. My whole family's flying in. Everybody's coming. Wait, we won't get to do the main stage? I'm the valedictorian. That means I busted my butt all 4 years. Yeah. And you're not even going to let me do my speech?
You better give me a production.
Right. We're going to record this.
A Marvel.
And press play.
Marvel intro of me doing like this. And I'm Dragon Ball Z. And it's like.
And you can. And you can, because you're University of Southern Cal with that film school. You absolutely can do that.
Can. Get me on the green screen.
Yeah. She had every right.
You know what I don't like about graduations?
What?
The graduation.
Because they boring.
They're long. My daughter graduated last year, and
I was there.
We were on cement seats, very hard, and she was in the last group.
Which don't, because they did it by schools, like departments or whatever.
Departments.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got to stay until the very, very end because they got to do the turn of the tassels.
Yeah.
And then they throw the hat up or whatever. Obviously take pictures afterwards. So you got to stay the entire time.
That's why you need to go to a small school.
There's no college. How about that?
In college, so we had like this, all of them were long. So, because we had the School of Communications graduation, we had the theater school graduation, and then we had the main graduation in the stadium. I mean, we were bored. We started throwing beach balls and stuff. Yeah. It was just like, okay, well, and it's hot. Let me take this off. It was a lot.
It's not.
But my high school graduation, my class was 180 people. So that was just.
We were about that right there. But man, dude, like Kaylee's class, I don't know, maybe 600 people.
It was a lot of people.
Yeah, maybe 600 people.
Yeah. I had to name all them folks.
Right, got to name them all, and they kept talking in between. I mean, in between people, and they did one at a time.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, they did like back and forth. Like it was kind of like one side.
Right.
But yeah, it's like.
Kaylee's graduating again soon.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, out of 678 students, I only care about one, and you gotta wait until and then afterwards, like, you kind of feel bad because you're like, oh, nobody came to this person's graduation. Like, dang, nobody clapped.
Oh, you mean for like other students?
Other students,
yeah. And that was what's wild too, because we were allowed to like clap and celebrate the person. Right. My high school, they were like, there will be no clapping, there will be no celebration until all the students have walked. Like they were like, we're not staying here.
Yeah, for sure. At my, I don't know if I told you this, but at my high school graduation, when I graduated, and they said no dancing, no frolicking.
Oh Lord.
You heard about this before?
No, but I was like, this is Dion. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, no frolicking. Just shake my hand. And at the time, there was this dance called. So people were kind of like sliding in dances, like doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're doing something like this. They was kind of sliding in. People, he's cool. He's cool with these dances. So there was it was an LL Cool J song, Daddy Boy, what's it called? Daddy Boy, It was a FUBU something, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
And And then there was a dance of this girl. She's always like this. And then as soon as she tried to grab, clap my hand, I said,
so dumb.
So the principal tried like slap my hand, and I said, everybody started laughing. I said, and then I did the big pimping, and he just tapped me on my shoulder like, just go,
just leave.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and I didn't get the little diploma. I said, you embarrassed me, I embarrassed you.
Oh, that's funny.
So I walked off stage with nothing in my hand. I said, okay. And he said, what happened? I said, he can't give it to me. He said, so what now? And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, and then I was like, I gotta get it from him afterwards. So at the very end, very end, he was like, did I tell you? You embarrassed me, I'm gonna embarrass you. Now you have no footage, you get me grabbing the diploma. And I was like, I'm sorry, Mr. Griff. And I was like, he said, no, you're not. You play all the time. And then somebody said, hey, Mr. Griff, you have a picture? He said, here, go. And the thing is, in the diploma, in the little folder, it was just white paper.
White paper, yeah.
It was
yeah. I was going to say, they didn't give you, it wasn't the actual one.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
They mailed it to you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. What they talking about?
Yeah, I said what I said, Juan. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this no more. What Ted say?
I was one of the ones where it ain't going to get me paid or help me anyway. Don't tell me, because when I see whoever's business I heard, that's the first thing I've heard. Nowadays, I be feeling like a hoe.
Give me the gossip.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I think they're way behind on this feed because they still talking about the
first part. Yeah.
We got to wrap up soon because we got somebody coming in an hour and a half.
Oh, shoot. Well, let's do our top 10, Dion.
Let's do it.
So we've been talking about students and graduating. Even though they might not get their big ceremony, they are going out into the job force. So can we guess the top 10 highest paid jobs for out of college, for kids coming out of college?
Top 10 highest paid jobs for students out of college.
Kids coming out of college.
Let's go with doctor.
Well, that's not on the list, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
you gotta pay that money back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope. So
accounting.
I don't know if this is in the field. I'm gonna just say it. Number one is a financial analyst. Their national average is $73,812. So that's not the highest. So I guess that's number 10 on the list. Advertisement. No.
Business management.
Nope.
Administration.
Nope. All of these.
Go for it, man.
Because I was like, you're not gonna get these.
Why would you do this to him?
Listen.
Go for it.
Because I'm like, what are these jobs, and do I need to do it? Number 9 is an industrial engineer.
Okay, I can see that.
Number 8, mechanical engineer. These are all engineers. Number 4, biomedical engineer. Mm-hmm. Number 5, no, what was that? That was 7, 8, whatever. Next is nuclear engineer.
Never would have guessed any of these.
That's why I said I don't know. We should study engineering apparently. Petroleum engineer. Hello. I didn't even know that was a thing. Mm-hmm. Petroleum engineers look for oil and gas and attempt to meet the country's energy needs. Mm-hmm. Next is a civil engineer. People who help improve the foundation of the environment, oversee building construction and the maintenance of road, bridges, railways, and other structures.
How do you know these things? Not you, but how do you be like, I want to get into this?
Right.
Who accidentally? No one would be like, when I grow up, I want to be a civil engineer.
Yeah, I think that's the importance of like job fairs and like career speaks, because I think that's even the same in the entertainment industry. We don't know all the jobs that's available in this.
They need job fairs for people over 40.
Facts.
Yeah, like, hey,
Facts.
man, we know things didn't go your way. Let's, these are jobs they're hiring you over 40 and not younger people.
Right. We need these people.
Right.
Next on the list, aerospace engineer. Number 2, electrical engineer. And finally, another engineer, chemical engineer.
I wouldn't have never guessed any of these, though.
Me neither. Chemical engineers use science and mathematics to develop and improve processes for producing things like foods, chemicals, and pharmaceuticals.
What's considered a tech engineer? What is that? Which one of those would be? Like, because I remember PT been trying to say, like, if you can figure out a way to reverse AI, is that bioengineer?
No, I think that's more of I don't know what that is. It's a technical position, but it wasn't one of those.
If you can figure out an app that you can take a song or a sound and say it's just AI, you can splice it out. That'd be a good business to get into.
Yeah. Yeah. The doctors are on this list when you further down you go. Anyway, so that's our top 10 for, and I don't know if that's just like 4-year degrees or whatever, but those are the top for students.
Boom, out of college.
Out of college.
Yeah. Trades is always going to be in there.
I mean, yeah. And it's always, I think the biggest thing that my parents tried to tell me is to make sure you always have a skill, like no matter what you go to school for. So like if you're like, I'm studying theater, I'm going to be an actress, then you should have a minor in something like computer engineering.
Right.
Coding.
For sure.
Something, have a solid skill so that while you're pursuing acting that you can have a roof over your head. Those are things my parents definitely told me I didn't listen to.
For sure.
Lastly, we watched Citizen Kane last week.
We did.
And this was your first time watching it.
Yep.
It was my second time watching and falling asleep to it.
She definitely fell asleep like 20 minutes in.
Just know that if I come somewhere and I'm about to I have a blanket and I curl up, it's over. I'm not. Yeah.
I like the film.
You did.
You reminded me this film came out in 1940.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. Story was kind of dragging, but I get it. This is film.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of takes. You got to. It's a play essentially, and y'all can't fool around when it comes to different takes. So, as when you're a director, it was a lot of genius shots. As in, like, let me grab as much as possible in this shot, so because we can't afford another take. So there's a lot of long takes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of splicing the film so two people are in focus, which is.
Well, reading, it didn't even look like that was spliced. Like the cinematographer actually worked with the lens company to get the lens coated just right. They had the right amount of lighting so that they could purposefully get all that information in the scene. So nothing was spliced. That was filmed as is.
Yeah.
And so like you got like the full depth of that frame with the people in the foreground, midground, and the background.
Is it a good film? No. Visually, in 1940, groundbreaking. It's I really wish somebody can redo it because I just think it was written like a play. Yeah. And it was a lot of fat. But for the most part.
And this is not Dion being Dion. When you say a lot of fat like that, I fell asleep because they told the same story 3 times, essentially. Like you gave like this news journalistic version, and that clip was so long. Yeah. And it was the full backstory, and I could have gotten that same information
without that.
Right. And it just took me out. It felt like I was watching an actual newsreel. And I know that was like the point of it. And let's like not take away from Orson Welles, because he was the dude that did War of the Worlds that was on the radio and had people feeling like the aliens were actually coming attacking and people were freaking out.
Yeah.
So he's a storyteller, and I believe this is his first film.
Yeah. Well, he was like, what, 20?
Yeah, he was young. He was in his 20s. Yeah. So
yeah, if you're a director, filmmaker, I highly recommend you watch it.
Yeah.
Just to kind of say, wow, this is what happened in 1940.
Yeah.
So really, really direct yourself of what the shot's gonna look like before you even, press record.
Right. Yeah, that's a challenge. We had to do that in film school. Yeah. We shot on actual film when I was in film school, and
it's very expensive.
Very expensive. And they were like, you get this amount of this 400 foot reel, and that's it. Make your project.
If you don't get it done, your film is gonna be as is.
Right. Would you say, well, two questions. The first thing you said was it wasn't a good story, but there was definitely a couple of times when you were like, I get it, man. Yep, that happens.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it was, I mean, like it could have been a half an hour shorter. It's because the movie's 2 hours.
Okay, yeah.
So it could have been 45 minutes shorter.
Yeah, it could have been a lot shorter, for sure.
But the shots were beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of shots that I'd never seen before until in 2024.
Yeah.
That lower shot, from the ground, kind of tilting up just a little bit. I've never saw that shot before.
And it showed like the ceiling in those shots, which was groundbreaking back then too.
Yeah.
Do you think it holds up to today's standards at all?
If it was a silent film, yes. Like I think if you really want to just cheat, just go to YouTube and do some like a cliff notes of the shots, and they'll tell you the story. But for the most part, it's a lot of fat.
Okay. Yeah. So we have another film to watch.
Okay.
I'm perusing down the list to see which one I want to do. No, I'm going through. So that was from our classic film. That was actually on AFI's list as the #1 film for filmmakers to watch. This time I'm going to 70 classic black films, that list. And the first one on there to watch is Carmen Jones. So we are going to watch Carmen Jones. And I believe that's what Carmen the Hip Hopper was based off of.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to check that out and give you our review next week.
All right.
And with that, ready to wrap it up?
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching Baldie Locs. This is Dion Lack.
I'm Twilla Amin.
We are Lacktoast Entertainment. Please like and subscribe. Comment below. Tell us your favorite part of this particular podcast. Tell us your favorite gospel song. Tell us your favorite gospel artists. Did you know that those lists of jobs after college were valid? Does that sound right? Did you not get a job? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you guys for watching us live and being a part of the conversation. And thank you guys for subscribing to Lacktoast Entertainment. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.